All right, so now let's bring in our shape again. We know this was E, and we refingered it, and we moved up 1 fret. Well, now our first finger is sitting at that note F. E, 1 fret higher, is F, and we visualize that with our first finger, F. Right now I'm making an F chord. If I move up again, I'm making F sharp. This is F sharp major, which you may have never had before if you just knew open chords. This is G, G major. Now you might say, well, this is G major. Yes, it is. So is this. Which one do you play? Whichever one you want. Okay? What I think about is not, these bar chords are great for many reasons, but the fact that you can play G in 2 different places on your guitar is not the most important reason, although it certainly is going to become useful as you keep going. What I think is really awesome is you can play F sharp now, where you never had that before. Okay? So E becomes F, which you now know because of these notes on the 6th string. The chord name just takes on wherever you are. So if you're at the 1st fret, this is F. F sharp, G, G sharp, or A flat, whatever you want to call it. A sharp, B, C, and so on, right? So if you wanted A flat, you're going to make A flat. If you wanted F sharp, you're going to make F sharp. The shape never changes. It's just where you're going. So here's the awesome part. If you think about it, you have 12 notes in this chromatic scale, 12 notes on this 6th string. You have just learned how to play all 12 major chords because there are only 12 major chords. There are 12 of every kind of chord that you could possibly learn, but there are only 12 of each. And you've just learned how to systematically create this. E, F. This is F for the rest of your life. This is F sharp for the rest of your life. G, G sharp, A sharp, or B flat, whatever you want to call it. E, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E 1 octave higher. That's huge. Down here you had, a G and a D and a C or something like that. You've got everybody now. So if you think about this, again, we're going to keep going, but when people say, well, why don't you make an A chord or a D chord or a C chord and move all those up? And I said earlier, you can. But please understand, you're not creating anything new by doing that. You're just creating a different place to play these same chords that we're learning. You've now learned how to play F sharp. You can learn how to play F sharp 30 different ways on this guitar. But the beautiful thing is you've learned how to play it one way, which is way more powerful than 0, right? You can play an F sharp chord. You can play a B flat chord. Okay? And you can play it comfortably. The 6th string, the E chord, is a wonderful, comfortable way of playing a bar chord. Now, we're going to talk about other bar chords, but please understand that when we talk about those, we're not creating anything new. We're just creating a different place to play the same thing. Just like this is G and this is G. It's not creating anything new. It's just creating a different place to play it. But F sharp, that's new. G sharp or A flat, whatever you want to call it, that's new. That's huge. Okay? So let me give you one more thing to kind of blow your mind here. This is E. We now understand that E up 1 fret, this is F. Watch this. This is F minor. F sharp minor. G minor. G sharp or A flat minor. So these two worlds are now coming together, okay? The notes move you up and down the guitar. Then what you're going to do is you're going to clothe that chord by giving it a quality of major or minor. So if you want B minor, you're going to go to B, 7th fret, 1, 3, 5, 7, right? And you're going to make it minor. This is going to be B banana. It's going to be B anything you want, okay? Once you get there, you can clothe it with the quality that you want. If you want A flat minor, that doesn't need to be scary. A flat minor. A flat minor. That's all you do. So you're learning how to move up and down the guitar with the notes, the chromatic scale that you're learning. Once you get there, you're going to clothe your chord with a quality. Is it major or minor? If it's major, middle finger stays down. If it's minor, middle finger comes up because it's mimicking the E chord. That's why. It's not just middle finger down and middle finger up. It's because E is like this. E minor is like this. Therefore, all of its relatives are going to do exactly the same thing. So you have just learned how to play 24 chords. How awesome is that, right? You've learned how to play all your major chords and all your minor chords by taking that one finger off. Okay, this is huge stuff here. So again, I want you to take some time and absorb what you've just learned. Think about the way that you're making them, right? The technique, the art of what you're doing. So you've got the chord itself that shifts up and down, making it major or minor, which I always call clothing, right? And then you've got the chord name, which is A, B, C, D, F, and G, all that kind of stuff that we've been talking about. And then lastly, of course, you've got the technique of actually being able to make this chord. So you've got the quality of the chord, the name of the chord, and then the technique of actually making the chord. And once all that starts making sense to you, come on back and let's keep learning.